Hey everyone, Crazy Cresty. It's been a while since I made a video, been pretty busy. I've had a couple more eggs hatch. This was the one egg that I had hatch. Hatched back in November 9th, so he's a little over a month old. He was just out. I'll have to see if I can find him later. He's doing really good. He's in a bigger tank now because I put them in these smaller tanks, make sure that they get their shed in, make sure they're easily finding their food, and make sure they're going to the bathroom. Don't want to put them in too big of an area right off the bat and stress them out. So I keep them in there for a little bit, and then I move them to these bigger tanks, and this guy's actually getting ready to go to an even bigger tank here soon. And then this guy hatched on the 17th of December. And he is actually right here. He was actually in his egg for 75. The first two eggs were in there. The first one was in its egg for 60, and then the second one was in its egg for 70, I think. This guy was in for 75, and then his clutch mate was in there for 76. He just hatched yesterday. He's right there. So they were pretty good size. They were a bit bigger than the 60-day geckos. I had my second egg that hatched for my first clutch. We thought it was a dud egg. It was really weird coloring. Hatched way after its clutch mate. We thought it was a dud, and then it actually hatched, but the gecko looked really bad, like its tail was really kinked up and stuff, and then he was having issues like sticking to himself. So I was trying to hand feed him. He would lick a little bit, but not very much. He ended up dying after I think it was like 10 days. It was pretty sad looking. Talked to a lot of people that breed them at reptile places around here, and they say with first clutch, either one egg will not hatch if she does lay 2 eggs, or you're possibly going to lose one of the geckos due to not balancing the calcium between the 2 eggs. So kind of sucked, but everybody says you never get a 100% hatch rate. So yeah, these guys are doing pretty darn good. They're really active. They're looking a lot better than that second egg did. Their legs are really good size and stuff. Their feet are all fanned out and everything. This guy was really active. Interested to see where these two go. The one that's a month old has a whole bunch of dalmatian spots on the top of his head. Let me see if I can find him real quick. Was just out a second ago. He's not in his favorite corner. Let me put the camera down here for a second. Look. I want you guys to look at that little guy. Where'd you go, dude? There you are. I found him. Let's see if he'll come out though. Better put my finger down. There you go. You're okay. Alright, so that's the little guy that is a month old. I don't know if this will focus on top of his head or not. He's got a couple dalmatian spots there on his head. Not really sure where his coloring's gonna go, what he's gonna do. His mom is a red tiger and dad was a yellow dalmatian, so on all of these it's the same female and same male. Let me put him back. They are all extremely active. I have 2 more eggs left that should hatch mid-January. Get the lid off this one. Here's this guy. He hasn't got his first shed in yet. He was hatched out yesterday. Well, actually looks like he might be going there on his side. Looks like he might have actually got his shed in. There he goes. This guy was completely hatched out of his egg, just chilling out on my humidity gauge in my incubator. So I didn't get to see him hatch out. Extremely hyper though. The second I touched him, he was going all over the place. And then the guy that just hatched on, let's see, it would have been Sunday. This guy hatched Saturday night, and then this guy hatched Sunday. I actually got to see hatch. I went to check because I was hoping they'd hatch close to each other, and his head was poking out, so he was still in the midst of coming out of his egg. So there he is, and he's pretty good size. Like, I'm pretty happy that he was in his egg for the 75 or so. Seems like they come out a little bit more healthier. What are you doing there with your toe, dude? And his toe's bent over. Yep, so I got 3 little baby crested geckos. 2 more eggs that are supposed to hatch out. My female is done laying eggs. So this is all we're gonna have for this year. I'm gonna grow them out, see what they kind of make, like what kind of geckos, what kind of coloring they get. See if I get anything interesting. Then we once Christmas is over, we're gonna put the big tank with the geckos, big 75-gallon, out in the dining room, and then make my fiance's custom enclosure for her sulcata tortoise. And I'm going to make an opening in the bottom of that for my other 2 exoterra tanks to go in. So once these guys get big enough, they can go on that. I got a 18 by 18 by 18 and a 18 by 18 by 24 that they can go in. But yep, that's my newborns. I had a dislike on my last newborn video. I don't know if there's somebody disliking that they're in these small setups. It's not permanent. They're just in here to make sure they are eating, make sure they get their shit in, make sure that they are pooping. If they're in this big huge thing, it's a lot harder to tell. Like, I can see one spot back here where he actually pooped, but if he's pooping underneath that tree log, which he can get under or something, it'd be a lot harder to tell. So this is a lot easier to keep an eye on them, keep the humidity up so they get their shit in real good. So, alright, comment, subscribe. This is Crazy Christy. Bye.